It is the coldest, most isolated place on Earth, and the least understood. Beneath Antarctica's endless sheets of ice lie secrets that could rewrite the story of our planet. Vast landscapes, strange structures, and mysterious fossils hide beneath a frozen wilderness twice the size of Australia and larger than all of Europe combined. Antarctica contains nearly 90% of Earth's freshwater locked in ice. Yet its true history remains almost completely unknown. For centuries, this land was a blank space on maps, a desolate southern edge of the world where no civilization dared to settle. Today, it remains one of the least explored regions on Earth, guarded not only by its brutal climate, but also by international treaties that restrict large-scale exploration. As technology advanced, however, hints of a deeper story began to emerge. From ancient maps that appeared to depict the continent without ice, to modern satellite images revealing geometric formations buried under snow, Antarctica has become a land of whispers, a place where science, legend, and speculation intertwine. Hidden research zones, rumors of forbidden discoveries, and unexplained sightings add fuel to its mystery. This exploration takes us into the heart of Antarctica's most intriguing legends and discoveries. The alleged pyramids of the Ellsworth Mountains, mysterious openings carved into the ice, evidence of a lush prehistoric world, and theories suggesting ancient civilizations might have once thrived here. You'll hear the stories, see the evidence, and decide for yourself what lies beneath the frozen veil. In 2016, satellite images over the Ellsworth Mountains revealed something that sparked worldwide curiosity. Amid a sea of white ice and jagged ridges stood a peak with 4 sharp faces and a pointed summit, eerily resembling the pyramids of Giza, located in the southern Ellsworth Range, not far from the remote Patriot Hills research base. This pyramid-shaped formation towers over 4,000 feet high. From aerial views, it looks almost too perfect to be natural. Geologists argue that this is a nunatak, a mountain peak that protrudes above glacial ice. Over millions of years, brutal Antarctic winds, temperature fluctuations, and cycles of freezing and thawing have carved its striking geometric form. This process, called freeze-thaw weathering, is well documented in cold regions and has created similarly sharp peaks, like the famous Matterhorn in the Swiss Alps. Yet this Antarctic pyramid remains unusual. Most naturally shaped mountains have uneven or irregular sides, but this peak seems to have 4 distinct triangular faces, each aligned with surprising precision. Some theorists speculate that this might not be a coincidence. Could it be the remnants of a massive man-made structure now buried beneath layers of snow and ice? When compared to ancient pyramids around the world, in Egypt, Mexico, and Peru, this formation seems to fit a recurring pattern. A wide base, sloping sides, and precise orientation to cardinal directions. This has led some to suggest that pyramid-building knowledge may have originated from a single ancient source or a lost civilization, one that predates our current understanding of history. While mainstream science dismisses these claims, pointing to erosion as the obvious cause, the debate continues. With Antarctica's ice preventing excavation, the mystery remains unresolved. Antarctica's strange formations aren't limited to mountains. Recent satellite imagery has uncovered peculiar structures across the continent, sparking speculation and debate. One of the most intriguing discoveries is a massive, rectangular opening carved into a rock face in East Antarctica. Surrounded by thick layers of snow, this opening appears unnaturally symmetrical, with sharp edges and a dark interior large enough, according to estimates, to fit a small aircraft. Glaciologists argue that such openings may form naturally as ice melts and shifts around rock formations. Over time, melting and refreezing can create dramatic voids that resemble doors or caves. However, skeptics note that the perfect symmetry is hard to dismiss as coincidence. Another fascinating structure is located on a southern island near the Antarctic coast. There, explorers photographed a massive cave entrance flanked by what appear to be step-like terraces, as if a staircase had been carved into the mountain itself. The even spacing and design of these steps defy easy geological explanation. Some scientists attribute them to uneven melting patterns or collapses of snow layers. But their artificial appearance fuels speculation about ancient architecture. Adding to the mystery is the fact that many of these features appear and disappear over time. Some years, satellite imagery reveals crisp details, while in others, new snowfall buries them completely. This has given rise to rumors that certain sites are deliberately covered or obscured. Long before Antarctica became the frozen wasteland we know today, it was a thriving world of forests, rivers, and life. Fossil evidence proves that this icy continent once hosted temperate rainforests, teeming with greenery and wildlife. In 1912, members of Robert Falcon Scott's expedition found fossilized leaves resembling those of beech trees in the Beardmore Glacier region, only 500 kilometers from the South Pole. At first, the discovery was dismissed as a mistake, but further studies confirmed the authenticity of these ancient plants. Subsequent expeditions uncovered upright fossilized trees, some over 7 meters tall, still rooted in the soil they once grew in. Around them lay layers of ancient pollen and plant remains dating back over 100 million years. When Antarctica's climate resembled that of modern-day New Zealand, recent drilling projects have revealed even more secrets. Sediment cores from the Antarctic Peninsula contain ancient pollen, proving that tundra-like landscapes persisted there as recently as 12 million years ago. These discoveries reveal that the transformation of Antarctica into an icy desert was gradual, not sudden. One of the most enduring mysteries connected to Antarctica's hidden past is the legendary Peary Race Map, a 16th century document that seems to defy historical understanding. In 1513, Ottoman admiral and cartographer Peary Race compiled a map of the known world using information from older charts, some of which he claimed were passed down from explorers of ancient times. What makes this map extraordinary is the landmass it depicts at the southern edge of the Atlantic Ocean, a continent that appears to be Antarctica, not as it looks today beneath a thick sheet of ice, but with a clearly defined ice-free coastline. For centuries, historians dismissed the landmass as a mistake, assuming Peary Race had simply misinterpreted South America's coastline. Yet when modern cartographers compared the map to seismic surveys of Antarctica's subglacial terrain, they noticed striking similarities between the drawn coastline and the actual shape of the continent's land beneath the ice. Charles Hapgood, a mid-20th century historian, brought this mystery into the public eye. He argued that Peary Race's map was evidence of a prehistoric seafaring civilization with advanced cartographic knowledge, capable of mapping coastlines long before modern exploration. Hapgood's book, Maps of the Ancient Sea Kings, claimed that ancient navigators charted the world thousands of years ago, possibly when Antarctica was still ice-free. Hapgood suggested that this civilization existed before a sudden geological catastrophe shifted Earth's crust, plunging Antarctica into its current polar position and burying its coastlines under massive glaciers. While mainstream scientists have rejected these claims as pseudoscience, the map continues to intrigue alternative historians. Skeptics argue that the Peary Race map was simply a creative amalgamation of medieval maps, drawn with inaccuracies that coincidentally resemble Antarctica. Yet the presence of an accurately drawn South American coastline, far more precise than European maps of the same era, raises questions about the source material Peary Race used. How could explorers in the early 1500s have mapped areas they had never visited with such detail? Some theorists suggest that ancient civilizations possessed knowledge of geometry, astronomy, and navigation far beyond what we give them credit for. Others even propose that humanity's history may stretch back further than the 300,000 years science currently accepts, hinting at a forgotten epoch when advanced cultures roamed the planet, regardless of which interpretation one accepts. The Piri race map remains a tantalizing artifact, a glimpse into either humanity's forgotten history or an extraordinary coincidence of cartographic error. In recent decades, advances in satellite imaging and ice-penetrating radar have given scientists a glimpse beneath Antarctica's impenetrable ice sheet. What they've discovered is nothing short of extraordinary, an entire ancient landscape preserved in a frozen tomb. In East Antarctica, researchers uncovered a region of valleys, plateaus, and river systems the size of Belgium, hidden beneath nearly 2 miles of ice. This buried world is believed to have been untouched for over 14 million years. It's a time capsule from a distant past, preserving a landscape that existed when Antarctica was warm and green. Glaciologists explain that Antarctica's ice sheets act like a massive shield, preserving the land beneath almost exactly as it was when the first glaciers formed. Unlike other continents, where erosion, tectonic activity, and vegetation constantly reshape the land, Antarctica's buried terrain has been frozen in time. This has led some scientists to refer to it as Earth's hidden museum. Researchers have also identified subglacial lakes, some sealed off from the atmosphere for millions of years. Lake Vostok, for example, is one of the largest subglacial lakes in the world, buried beneath over 13,000 feet of ice. Scientists believe that unique microbial life forms may exist there, thriving in complete darkness and isolation. If confirmed, this discovery could reshape our understanding of life's ability to survive in extreme conditions. Even on other planets, the existence of these frozen lakes has inspired comparisons to extraterrestrial environments. Europa, one of Jupiter's moons, has a thick, icy shell with an ocean beneath, while Saturn's moon Enceladus is believed to harbor liquid water under its frozen crust. Studying Antarctica's subglacial lakes may provide clues about what kind of life might exist elsewhere in our solar system. But Antarctica's frozen landscapes also raise deeper questions. Could they hold not only biological secrets, but archaeological ones as well? Some theorists speculate that if civilizations existed during Earth's warmer periods, traces of their presence might still lie buried beneath the ice. While mainstream archaeology dismisses this as unlikely, the possibility remains tantalizing, especially as our technology improves. How did a continent once rich in forests and rivers become a barren wasteland of ice? The answer lies in the dramatic climatic shifts of Earth's history. Antarctica's transformation began over 34 million years ago, during the Eocene-Oligocene extinction event when global temperatures plummeted. Scientists believe this cooling was triggered by a combination of factors, including changes in ocean currents, declining carbon dioxide levels, and tectonic shifts that isolated Antarctica at the South Pole. As the continent drifted into its current position, it became encircled by the Antarctic Circumpolar Current, a massive oceanic flow that effectively cut it off from warmer waters. Over millions of years, ice sheets expanded, eventually burying the entire landmass under a frozen crust. Yet even during this glacial dominance, Earth's climate has fluctuated. The planet cycles through ice ages and interglacial periods roughly every 100,000 years. The last major glaciation peaked about 20,000 years ago, and since then, Antarctica's ice has retreated slightly, though the continent remains locked in perpetual cold. Some geologists suggest that catastrophic events may have accelerated Antarctica's deep freeze. A popular but controversial theory known as crustal displacement, or true polar wander, proposes that Earth's entire outer crust may occasionally shift, dragging continents into new positions in a geological instant. If Antarctica once sat farther north, it could have supported life before a sudden shift froze it over. This theory has yet to gain scientific consensus, but it remains a cornerstone of alternative history, providing a possible explanation for legends of lost civilizations buried under ice. In the early 20th century, a man known as Edgar Cayce earned fame as the Sleeping Prophet. Born in 1877, Cayce claimed to enter a trance-like state in which he could diagnose illnesses, describe past lives, and even predict future events. While many skeptics dismissed his readings as pseudoscience, Cayce's accuracy on some medical diagnoses earned him a strange credibility, even among doubters. Among his most controversial predictions were his visions of Earth's dramatic geological changes. He spoke of shifting coastlines, rising seas, and submerged lands, claiming that entire continents would change shape within a generation. But perhaps his most fascinating prophecy concerned Antarctica. Cayce insisted that this icy wasteland was not always frozen and lifeless. He believed it once housed thriving civilizations, and that its secrets would someday be revealed. Cayce predicted that Antarctica would become fertile again, suggesting a future in which the ice melts, exposing evidence of ancient knowledge and advanced societies. He described structures buried beneath the ice, temples, archives, and technologies left by a forgotten age. While mainstream science views these predictions as mystical speculation, Cayce's words continue to resonate with those who suspect Antarctica's mysteries run deeper than geology. Some modern theorists point to rising global temperatures as a potential fulfillment of Cayce's vision. With parts of Antarctica's ice shelves collapsing at alarming rates, researchers estimate that significant melting could occur within the next century. If Cayce's predictions hold any truth, the future may reveal ruins or artifacts capable of rewriting human history. If Antarctica's natural barriers weren't enough to keep explorers away, political intrigue has added another layer of mystery. Since the signing of the Antarctic Treaty in 1959, the continent has been designated a scientific preserve, banning military activity and territorial claims. While this treaty is often hailed as a triumph of international cooperation, conspiracy theorists see it differently. Why, they ask? Would every major power agree to restrict access to an entire continent? Stories of secret installations date back to World War II. In 1938, Nazi Germany launched an expedition to Antarctica, claiming a section of the continent they named Neuschwabenland. According to official history, the expedition was for whaling and exploration. But legends persist that Germany established hidden bases there. Some fringe theories even claim that advanced technology, perhaps inspired by ancient artifacts, was studied in these facilities. After the war, rumors of Nazi hideouts in Antarctica became a staple of Cold War lore. Operation High Jump, a U.S. Navy mission in 1946-47 led by Admiral Richard Byrd, has often been cited as evidence of something unusual. Officially, the operation was meant to train personnel and test equipment in cold environments. However, Byrd's later interviews, in which he spoke cryptically of enemy, aircraft capable of flying pole to pole at incredible speeds, fueled speculation. Some theorists believe that Byrd's comments hinted at an encounter with advanced craft, possibly extraterrestrial or remnants of hidden Nazi technology. While no credible evidence supports these claims, they have become central to the mythology of Antarctica as a forbidden land. Today, Antarctica is dotted with international research stations, but large sections remain inaccessible. Restricted zones, combined with classified data from military satellites, fuel ongoing suspicion that the world's governments may be hiding discoveries beneath the ice. Whether these are advanced technologies, ancient ruins, or simply sensitive research, Antarctica's secrecy continues to attract curiosity. Antarctica's mysteries may remain buried for now, but technology is rapidly catching up. Researchers are developing new methods to explore this frozen frontier without disturbing its delicate environment. Ice-penetrating radar, already in use, has revealed landscapes unseen for millions of years. Future advancements in radar resolution may allow scientists to map structures with incredible precision, identifying underground anomalies without drilling. Autonomous drones and submersibles are also becoming key tools, capable of navigating extreme conditions to survey remote areas. NASA has already tested robotic explorers in Antarctica as analogues for missions to icy moons like Europa. These autonomous machines drill through ice, collect samples, and analyze ecosystems sealed off from the atmosphere for millennia. Such technology could eventually expose what lies deep within Antarctica's glacial crust. In addition, AI-driven image analysis has begun scanning satellite data for geometric anomalies, searching for patterns that could indicate hidden formations or artificial structures. Some researchers believe this approach may soon uncover features that have gone unnoticed for decades. Even more ambitious are plans to extract ancient DNA from subglacial lakes and ice cores, potentially reconstructing entire ecosystems from Antarctica's warm past. Such discoveries could help scientists understand not only Earth's climate history, but also the possibility of ancient civilizations adapting to catastrophic environmental change. The coming decades promise a revolution in polar exploration. Yet as technology improves, so does the question of transparency. Will these discoveries be made public, or will they remain hidden under layers of classification? Antarctica's brutal climate and isolation make it one of the most inhospitable places on Earth. Yet, for astrobiologists, scientists searching for life beyond our planet, it is one of the most fascinating. In many ways, Antarctica is a natural laboratory for understanding extraterrestrial environments. Some of its regions, like the McMurdo Dry Valleys, are so dry and cold that they resemble the surface of Mars. Here, snow rarely falls, and katabatic winds strip away moisture, leaving behind a desert of bare rock and ancient frozen lakes. Microbes found in these valleys survive on minimal resources, thriving in conditions once thought impossible for life. The parallels between Antarctica and icy moons like Europa and Enceladus are striking. Both moons are believed to harbor vast oceans beneath thick ice crusts, just like Lake Vostok beneath Antarctica's glacial shield. By studying microbial life in Antarctica's subglacial lakes, scientists hope to unlock the secrets of how life could exist on other planets, or even have originated there. Some theorists go further, suggesting that Antarctica itself may hold remnants of something not of this world. Conspiracy theories about unidentified flying objects over the South Pole have circulated since the mid-20th century. Declassified documents from Project Blue Book, the U.S. Air Force's UFO investigation program, contain scattered reports of unidentified aerial phenomena near polar regions. While none of these reports prove extraterrestrial activity, they feed into the mythology surrounding the continent. Others propose that Antarctica's extreme isolation made it an ideal hiding place for advanced technologies, whether extraterrestrial or human. The idea of underground bases, ancient artifacts, and spacecraft buried beneath the ice may sound like science fiction, but it has inspired countless documentaries, novels, and internet debates. Whether these theories hold truth or are simply modern myths, they add another layer to Antarctica's enigmatic reputation. Legends of a great southern land have existed in cultures across the globe for centuries. Ancient Greek philosophers referred to terra australis incognita, an unknown land at the bottom of the world. In Polynesian mythology, there are tales of great voyages to frozen seas. Even some Native American legends speak of a southern continent where the sky never brightens fully. During parts of the year, theorists argue that these stories might be fragments of ancient knowledge passed down through oral traditions. Good early civilizations have explored further than we imagine, recording their journeys in myths and maps. Some researchers point to the similarities between pyramid-building cultures across continents. Egypt, Mesoamerica, and South America all developed similar architectural styles without any known contact. Was this a coincidence, or evidence of a global exchange of ideas? If so, Could Antarctica have been a stop on this ancient network of exploration? Archaeological anomalies in other parts of the world have added fuel to these theories. In Turkey, the ancient site of Göbekli Tepe, built over 11,000 years ago, has forced historians to reconsider the timeline of civilization's development. If advanced societies existed much earlier than previously thought, it raises questions about what might lie beneath Antarctica's ice. While mainstream archaeology strongly rejects the notion of prehistoric civilizations in Antarctica, alternative historians argue that legends, ancient maps, and strange satellite imagery suggest otherwise. They claim that what is now a frozen wasteland may once have been home to thriving cultures, wiped out by a sudden cataclysm. Officially, Antarctica is a continent dedicated to science. The Antarctic Treaty, signed by over 50 countries, prohibits mining, military activity, and nuclear testing. Yet this very secrecy has fueled speculation. Some conspiracy theorists believe that governments are hiding evidence of advanced technology or archaeological finds under the ice. Declassified CIA and US Navy documents reveal intense interest in Antarctica during the Cold War, sparking rumors that it might hold strategic or scientific secrets. While the official reason for secrecy is environmental preservation and geopolitical stability, skeptics argue that the truth may be far stranger. Stories of strange lights over the South Pole, mysterious restricted zones, and whistleblowers claiming hidden ruins circulate widely online. One controversial claim comes from a supposed former naval officer who alleged that he saw massive entrances into underground facilities during a mission in Antarctica. These claims are unverified, but continue to intrigue those who see Antarctica as more than just ice and rock. Perhaps the most famous conspiracy is the Hollow Earth theory, popularized in the 19th century and revived in modern times. Some adherents believe there are vast caverns beneath the poles, possibly even leading to inner worlds. While this idea is widely discredited by science, it remains a captivating piece of Antarctic folklore. The real mystery lies in what has been confirmed. There are massive underground lakes, ancient landscapes, and strange formations beneath Antarctica's ice, facts that require no conspiracy to be fascinating. Whether or not there are hidden ruins or extraterrestrial artifacts, Antarctica remains one of Earth's least understood frontiers. Antarctica is often called the last great wilderness, but that description doesn't do it justice. It's not merely a wilderness, it's a world within a world, one that has remained sealed off from human history for millions of years. The continent is vast, larger than Europe, and covered by an ice sheet that contains over 60% of the world's fresh water. Yet beneath that ice lies a hidden realm of mountains, valleys, lakes, and rivers that have not seen sunlight in tens of millions of years. For scientists, Antarctica is a time capsule. The ice preserves a record of Earth's climate stretching back 800,000 years, offering vital clues about our planet's past. But for adventurers, mystics, and conspiracy theorists, it is something far stranger. A place where ancient civilizations, lost knowledge, and perhaps even extraterrestrial visitors may have left their mark. The more we learn about Antarctica, the more questions arise. Its icy crust hides mountain ranges taller than the Alps, lakes sealed off for millennia, and evidence that the continent was once lush and green. This isn't speculation, it's scientific fact. Fossils of palm trees and dinosaur bones have been discovered there, proving that Antarctica's climate was once temperate. The question is, could it have been home to intelligent life, or even an advanced human civilization before it froze over? The ice as a vault of secrets. Antarctica's ice is not simply a frozen desert. It's a vault. Each layer of ice is a page in a geological book, and scientists have only begun to turn the pages. The discovery of subglacial lakes like Lake Vostok and Lake Mercer proves that Antarctica is far more dynamic than once thought. These lakes have been sealed under ice for millions of years, untouched by the atmosphere. If life exists in these isolated ecosystems, it would challenge everything we know about biology and could provide a model for life on other planets. Some researchers believe there may be microbial life adapted to conditions we once thought impossible. If confirmed, this would have profound implications, not only for science, but for humanity's understanding of its place in the universe. But beyond the microbial mysteries, there is growing speculation about what else might lie buried. Radar scans have occasionally revealed geometric patterns or anomalies beneath the ice, sparking wild theories. While most of these anomalies are explained as natural geological formations, others remain unexplained. For conspiracy theorists, these patterns are proof of ancient architecture, evidence of civilizations long forgotten. Ancient civilizations, myth or memory? Could Antarctica really have been home to an advanced civilization? Mainstream archaeology dismisses the idea, but history is full of discoveries that were once thought impossible. The city of Troy was considered a myth until it was excavated in the 19th century. The Nazca lines of Peru were invisible to historians until the advent of flight. Göbekli Tepe, a massive temple complex in Turkey, predates Stonehenge by 6,000 years and suggests that humans built sophisticated structures long before we believed possible. Some historians speculate that the idea of Atlantis, first described by Plato, could be a distorted memory of a real civilization destroyed by catastrophic events. If Antarctica's lush past coincided with a lost epoch of humanity, then the ice may be hiding one of the greatest archaeological discoveries of all time. Ancient maps, like the Piri Reis map, drawn in 1513, add another layer of intrigue. This map famously shows a remarkably accurate depiction of South America's coastline, and according to some interpretations, a partially ice-free Antarctica. Historians argue that the map was likely compiled from older charts, but if true, this suggests that ancient civilizations had knowledge of Antarctica long before modern explorers. Shadows of secrecy. No discussion of Antarctica would be complete without acknowledging its air of secrecy. The Antarctic Treaty, while a symbol of international cooperation, has also been a breeding ground for conspiracy theories. The fact that over 50 nations agreed to preserve the continent, ban military activity, and restrict access to certain areas has raised eyebrows among those who suspect there is more at stake than environmental protection. Operation High Jump, led by Admiral Richard Byrd in 1946-47, remains a cornerstone of these theories. Byrd's cryptic remarks about advanced aircraft capable of flying pole to pole continue to inspire speculation about extraterrestrial technology or secret Nazi bases. While historians insist these comments were likely mistranslated or exaggerated, they have become an inseparable part of Antarctica's mythology. Even today, access to some areas of Antarctica is tightly controlled. There are legitimate reasons for this: safety, environmental protection, and logistical challenges, but to those inclined to see patterns, it's proof of something hidden. Satellite imagery sometimes shows unusual formations, only to have them explained away as natural. Yet these explanations rarely satisfy those who believe the truth lies deeper than we're allowed to see. Prophecy and the future of the Ice Edgar Cayce's visions of Antarctica as a fertile land that will one day rise again are often dismissed as mystical nonsense. Yet climate science suggests that Antarctica will undergo dramatic transformations in the coming centuries. Ice shelves are collapsing at unprecedented rates, and sea levels are rising. If enough ice melts, Antarctica could once again reveal landscapes unseen by human eyes for millions of years. If Cayce's predictions hold any merit, we may not need mysticism to see them fulfilled. As glaciers retreat, they could expose archaeological sites, fossils, and even lost ecosystems. For now, these secrets remain locked away, but the future is melting the ice that guards them. A glimpse into tomorrow's technological advances are accelerating our ability to explore Antarctica's hidden world. Drones and autonomous robots are already being tested to map inaccessible areas, while AI is being used to analyze radar and satellite data for anomalies. Scientists are developing ice drillers capable of penetrating kilometers of ice without contaminating pristine environments, potentially opening a window to subglacial lakes and the secrets they contain. NASA's work in Antarctica is not just about Earth, it's about the universe. The conditions here are so extreme that they provide a testing ground for missions to other planets. The same technologies used to search for life beneath Europa's ice crust are being developed here on Earth. This means that by unlocking Antarctica's secrets, we may also learn how to search for, and perhaps even find, life beyond our planet. Philosophy of the ice. Humanity's mirror, Antarctica, forces us to confront a profound truth. We know less about our own planet than we do about the Moon or Mars. This frozen continent is a reminder of how small humanity is in the face of nature's scale and mystery. Some see Antarctica as a mirror for humanity's future. It is a pristine world, untouched by time, a stark contrast to our bustling cities and industrial landscapes. The decisions we make in protecting or exploiting this land will reflect who we are as a species. Will we treat Antarctica as a treasure to preserve, or will we eventually mine and colonize it, erasing its untouched beauty? Others see Antarctica as a symbol of humanity's insatiable curiosity. We are drawn to the unknown, compelled to explore, even when it challenges our beliefs. The same spirit that drove explorers to cross frozen oceans is now driving scientists to peer beneath the ice, searching for life, history, and meaning. The end or the beginning? Antarctica is a paradox. It is the coldest, driest, most inhospitable place on Earth, yet it holds the keys to understanding life, history, and the future of our planet. Whether or not there are ancient civilizations or alien artifacts buried beneath its ice, Antarctica's mysteries are real and profound. In its silence, it whispers stories of a time when dinosaurs roamed its forests, when climates shifted and seas rose, when Earth was a very different place. It challenges our assumptions about what we know and reminds us that history is written on a canvas far larger than human memory. Perhaps one day, as the ice continues to melt and technology advances, we will finally uncover Antarctica's greatest secrets. But for now, it remains Earth's final frontier, a frozen library of time, sealed under miles of ice, waiting for the moment when humanity is ready to read its pages. Antarctica is still Earth's last great mystery, a frozen frontier where science and legend collide. The truth of what lies beneath its endless ice may change everything we know about our planet, or about ourselves. What do you think is hidden there? Let us know your theories in the comments. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next exploration. Until next time, stay curious, stay questioning, and keep exploring the mysteries of our world.